The Patriots have an absolute boatload of money with $69 million in effective cap space. But what's crazy is they can actually even get more if they just make some simple cuts. One of which is releasing JC Jackson, which would create $14.4 million in cap space, all of which comes at the expense of losing PFF's worst rated corner in the league this year, as he was literally 127 out of 127 cornerbacks that were rated by PFF. What's crazy too is even last year, he was worse as his grade was lower in the 5 games he played. So he is really on a downward trajectory, and it doesn't really make sense to keep gambling on him, especially at the number he's at. Another cut they can make is Devon Godshaw, which would give them $8.3 million, and that comes at the expense of losing the guy that was 116 out of 142 defensive interiors in pressures among players that played 20% or more of their snaps. What's more, too, is he's not a great run defender either, as he ranked 77 out of 137 defensive interior by PFF grades. So really, he's not supplying anything to the team, and $8.3 million is a ton to just give to somebody that's basically loitering on the team. Somebody that would make a lot of sense to bring in, though, is Calvin Ridley, because he's going to make about $17 million a year, which is obviously a lot, but that would actually look cheap if he returns to form as a true number 1 wide receiver, which is what New England desperately needs, as they have one of the worst receiving rooms in the entire NFL. At his best, Ridley gave Atlanta 1,374 yards in 15 games, which was on pace for 1,557 yards in a 17-game season. At his worst, he still put up 1,000 yards and 8 touchdowns in Jacksonville, which would be leaps and bounds better than any receiver New England currently has. Another addition they should look into is Chase Young on a 1-year, $15 million deal. It perfectly fits the rebuilding timeline of New England, as he's 25 years old, and he would instantly be at least edge 2 behind Matthew Judon, as Young ranked 17th in pressures this year with 66 in total. The next closest for a Pats player this year was free agent Josh Uche with 37, so nearly half as many as Young had. There's also minimal risk associated with this move because it's just going to be a 1-year deal likely. So even if he doesn't pan out, it's not like the Patriots are on the hook for very long. Another move they could consider is Xavier McKinley, as he would be signing for about 4 years, $13.5 million per year. He ranked 4th out of 95 safeties according to PFF grades, which is obviously elite. But what's more is he's great in the box and as a deep safety, so he can fill multiple roles for the Patriots defense that has generally valued versatility above basically anything else. That was under Bill Belichick, but Gerard Mayo is a disciple of his, so he might be running a similar style of defense that is going to prioritize being versatile as well. So McKinney could be a perfect addition to this defense that needs more youth and talent, and that's him to a T, really. There's basically no holes in his game, so I don't see why there'd be any issue in signing him. The final signing they could make is Mekhi Becton at 1 year, $5 million. Last year, he was rather disappointing because though he finally was healthy again, he ranked 66 out of 81 tackles according to PFF grade. He still has it within him to hit the peak of his rookie year, though, where he was 31 out of 79 tackles. He fits what New England likes, too, in offensive tackles because he was 6'7", 360 pounds, which compares really nicely to Trent Brown, who's 6'8", 370 pounds. So the need is definitely there. The Patriots are possibly losing both of their best offensive tackles this year, and the value is also there at the $5 million price tag. In addition to that, he's also exactly what they look for. So I think this is the perfect culmination of all things and could really help New England down the road if Becton actually does return to form. If not, too, it's just a 1-year deal. They're not going to be losing any value down the road. Those are my thoughts on what the Patriots should do. Be sure to let me know what you think, and also be sure to like and subscribe for more NFL content.